Okay, hello everyone. We are going to get started with our fashion show, so feel free to stay, have a seat, or stand and just watch. We're going to have a lot of fun here. We have some gorgeous frames. We have 6 key trends for fall of winter that we're going to go over. We do this trends presentation always at the Vision Expos. We kind of kick off the show usually with our fashion show and trends presentation at Vision Expo West and Vision Expo East. So this is our trend report from Eye Care Business Magazine, and we're going to model some eyewear. I am here with the lovely Sheena Tapp, who is my good friend, and she's going to be joining me for the presentation. Sheena is the optician about town and has a great social media presence. And she is also the optical boss at Roberts and Brown Opticians in Vancouver, Canada. And that is a family business, is that right?
It is. So I am a second generation optician. I have already been in the industry for 13 years, which seems shocking because it's gone by so fast. But our practice has now been operating for 32 years. So something I'm very proud of.
That's incredible. And your parents started the business, right?
My dad started the business, but my mom is also an optician. So inevitably, no matter how hard I tried to get away from this industry, I managed to get sucked in. So I've been running the practice now for 8 years, and it is my child, my labor of love, and I absolutely adore all the many different hats we get to wear in the optical industry. And talking about trends is just one of them.
It's so true. Well, and Sheena pens a regular column for us on Eye Care Business. It's called the Optical Checklist. It runs in every issue, and it's a great list of things you need to do that month to keep your optical, your dispensary, your optical area, your retail side of the business running smoothly. And we also have a really fun, cool TikTok and Instagram reels that she puts together to go with it every month. So that's a fun thing that we do together. But a lot of other things, she does a lot of writing for Eye Care Business as well. So, all right, so we have all of our great eyewear, lots of great trends. As I mentioned, we're going to have a really cool giveaway at the end. So if you haven't filled out a raffle ticket over there with your name on it, please go over with Chelsea Mia here and put one into the bowl. We have gorgeous frames from Dorigo, and we also have fantastic gift card for one free pair of your choice to pick out from Baggio. Our sponsors here today, who we're very grateful for sponsoring. This is our first fashion show at the Optometric Management Symposium. So our sponsors are, as you can see on our board, Baggio, Dorigo, and also EssilorLuxottica Eye Care. So thank you again to all of our sponsors for making this possible. We're going to have some gorgeous frames from all the sponsors. We have the giveaway, and we also, EssilorLuxottica has given us a whole bunch of Ray-Ban Kids bags and sticker sets and game cards that folks can just have. So when we're done, feel free to come on up and grab a couple of things up here and take those home with you if you've got kids at home or if you're just a kid at heart. So, okay, cool. So I'd also like to introduce our models who are thrilled to have here today from Slate Model Agency. And we've got Jimmy, who is here, lives in Orlando. And then we have Crystal and her daughter Ariel, who live in Sarasota. So they have come a bit of a way. Yes. So thank you guys all for being here, and they're going to show us some great trends as we walk around. We are also live streaming today's trends presentation. So if for some reason you want to share this with your staff, it'll be on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, and on our LinkedIn as well. So you can go there and grab the link and share that. If for some reason at the end you would like, we should, as I mentioned, we do this at the Vision Expos. If you'd like a copy of our trend boards for your staff, just come on up and give me your business card and we'll email it to you so you can share it with your staff back in the practice. Okay, so we'll get started. I think we have our music on. Oh, you're so awesome. We have the best tech guys. Okay. All right, so we're starting with unexpected acetate is our first trend. Really fun, oversized, crazy shapes. we're going to go ahead and fit these guys with some eyewear to start. And we kind of have a mommy and me look here. Give you guys these. So these are similar to the ones that are on the trend board here. And they're just kind of walk around and informally show you guys these. This is Crystal and Ariel. And they are wearing these fun styles from...
These are from Tory Burch. And
forgot.
What's super fun about these is pastel colors are going to be a really big trend right into 2022. And they've got almost kind of like a bubble balloon characteristic to them. So it's kind of like an inflated acetate, but it's still incredibly lightweight. And the return of the thick temple, it's coming.
Oh, I love that. That is coming. It's overdue. Okay, so, and we have another fun style that we can give here to Crystal. This is a Philip Klein optical. And you can feel free to walk around again, just kind of here, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. So what's really beautiful about these frames is it's a very classic shape and look. But what we've done in true Philip Klein blinged out fashion, there is actually a chain inlaid into the temple. So it takes a really great frame shape that is both very masculine and feminine, can be worn by anybody, and it has that classic shape but really funky style, really, really interesting details.
And definitely a more wearable interpretation of this trend. Really cool and oversized, a little bit chunky, but really easy to wear and has some really super fun bling on the side as well. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so I've got to advance here. Oh wait, we've got some cool frames now for Jimmy. These are from Baggio, and he was such a sport to rock the beautiful blue-green here. He's channeling the Florida feel. So, and these are another oversized acetate frame from Baggio.
It's an unexpected acetate because of the color and also because of the way the material looks. It has somewhat of an iridescent, almost like a milky kind of finish to it, which is really fun. And again, it's another frame style that can be worn by both men and women. The very straight brow bar makes it slightly more masculine, but overall it's a style that anyone can wear.
And this next style in this trend is, from Oakley. And this also has a very cool print on it. And if you'll take a look at the lens as Jimmy walks around, it's really got this kind of cool shape to the actual lens as well.
Yes, it has like almost like a slope to the lens around the bridge. So these are great athletic frames, great for running, offers a lot of coverage, a lot of wind guard, and they have almost like kind of a woodsman camo-esque kind of pattern to them.
Since we said goodbye, I'll cut you off. I don't need your love, so you can try all you want. Your time is up.
Okay, so our next trend is serious business. This is very hip and cool, but it's definitely a more serious, almost like a studious kind of look. We call it a collegiate look. In our trend report in Eye Care Business that ran in our September issue, where we kind of featured this trend first. So we've got some really cool stuff on here. And this is a frame from Tory Burch that Crystal's wearing. And Ariel has a really cool frame from Yalea from Dorigo Rem. So she's going to show that one. The color looks great on me. Yeah, go for it.
This is a really beautiful frame. It has great color to it. And it's actually not a kid's frame. It's a petite frame. So it's great to have on your board because as you can see, it looks fantastic on her as a child, but it's also a mature look that a petite woman could wear as well.
Okay, so, and Jimmy's coming around. He is wearing a John Barbados frame that fits in with this trend, this serious business trend. And Crystal is going to be wearing, I think this was a Tiffany & Co. frame. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, thank you. So really cool shape on this Tiffany & Company frame. This is from Luxottica. The John Barbados is from Dorigo Rem. Really cool, kind of very masculine shape on his, but very wearable, really fun. So this is just a great look that pretty much everybody can wear. Okay, thank you. And that is, do you remember what these were?
Those are a Lucky brand.
Thank you.
So these have a beautiful tortoiseshell acetate with flecks of turquoise in them as well. And it's a really cute little cat's eye style, something that's very classic. It's a great shape, very flattering for women of all ages.
Awesome, thank you guys. Okay, I'll go to our next trend here. So the next trend is patterns, please. As you can see up here, we've got some really cool patterns happening on eyewear now. Obviously, this is a little bit more of an acetate trend. Really oversized, you can really see the pattern, but some of them are a little bit more minimal and still really great fun patterns that are a little bit more wearable of a frame style. Okay, so we'll get you through here with your patterns. This one is also a Baggio frame. Jimmy's wearing a Baggio frame, really cool pattern on there. And then Crystal's coming around with a Tory Burch that has a very noticeable pattern on there, kind of a brand logo pattern. We're seeing a lot of that coming back as well. And then Ariel's also wearing a Baggio frame that kind of has like a cheetah print on it. Really cool lenses in there too. Thank you. Sheila, what do you think about this trend as far as wearability and...
Well, it's a really big trend that's gaining a lot of popularity, especially in the Tory Burch frame that has that kind of embossed, branded logo all over the frame. I mean, designer sunglasses are kind of a gateway for a lot of people into owning something with that brand recognition. And so, although they are higher end sunglasses, they're often in contrast a lot less than other pieces within those designers' collections. So these sunglasses are going to show everybody how proud you are to represent that brand.
Awesome. Okay.
This is a beautiful Prada frame. They've done a combination of acetate and metal, which is really beautiful. And it's not a flat red acetate. It has a beautiful vein of black running through it. So it has an incredible amount of depth and dimension in the frame.
Yeah, looks fantastic on her as an optical frame. This one is from Luxottica. And this one is from Arnett from Luxottica, Essilor Luxottica as well. So Jimmy's got this one on and has some nice blue flecks in there that kind of create a really great pattern in the acetate.
It's a very high contrast acetate, which is really nice, and this shade is fantastic. Very interesting, very different, but also a really nice masculine shape.
Yeah, it looks great. Very wearable for sure. Okay, so the next trend here is neon pops. And we kind of expanded this into color pops. We're just seeing a lot of fun neons and other colors. You can see kind of color swatches here because one of the key colors of the season. A little bit unexpected for fall winter, right? But it's nice to see some color. Oh, awesome. Here comes Ariel. She's got a great fun Oakley frame on with a nice neon color pop there on the top.
And this is a big trend that we're going to see for winter because this kind of shield, really bright, sporty eyewear tends to read really well into the cold weather seasons for skiing and snowboarding. So don't shy away from those bright colors in your optical. And here we have another shield. This is a fashion shield. Really beautiful by Burberry. It's got a great kind of textured temple to it and a really broad shield shape to it. And of course, in that beautiful red makes it wearable indoor and outdoor because it has that nice tone-like color.
And Ariel has also a Burberry frame on. You won't miss the logo on the side, and they're really fun, super cool red in that kind of fun, narrow shape that has been trending for some time now. Okay, and Jimmy's going to come around with an Arnett that the color is interpreted in the lenses. So we've got a nice color pop in the lens there, but a very wearable kind of frame in the acetate.
Great way to introduce color in the lens flash to your more conservative patients because it has it in the lens, it's not overruling on the frame, and it's a really, really classic shape and style.
And these are a really beautiful green shaded Miu Miu frame from Luxottica. Really gorgeous, looks great on her with her coloring, and surprisingly it's a big frame and a big color, but it feels very wearable at the same time.
It's one of my personal favorites. I think the color is stunning, and the logo accent on the side with the gold really pulls together so beautifully with that shade of green.
Yes, okay. Okay, so our next trend is bling is back. And bling kind of never really left, but it's kind of interpreted in a new way. It's as you can see from our trend boards, Ariel here is wearing, I believe that's a Tiffany & Co.
It's a
frame.
Michael & Kors
Thank
frame,
you.
and it has a little bit of bling just in the accents at the front temple.
Yeah, really cute, very wearable, and that is the style of Michael Kors from Luxottica. And Crystal here is wearing a chopard frame from Dorigo Rim. Really beautiful around the rim there, the accents.
The crystals are absolutely stunning, and chopards are definitely a piece of jewelry for your face. Each crystal is hand set, and the frames are just absolutely so much attention to detail, so beautiful. And this frame in particular is really lovely because from the front it reads very, very clean, but actually if she tilts her head forward, you'll see just along the brow bar it has an inlay of beautiful stones.
Awesome. And so we have one more coming around. This one is kind of a really over-the-top interpretation of the bling. This is from Philip Klein from Dorigo Rim. It's heavy, too. It has a lot of weight on that frame. So what do you think, Sheena, in terms of who's the patient that, who's the customer for bling? Is it everybody?
So I think oftentimes we think that bling is reserved for our more senior clientele, and we tend to see frames only through that lens. But nowadays there's really fashion-forward brands such as Philip Klein that are introducing bling in very avant-garde, over-the-top ways. And he actually incorporates a lot of bling even into his men's frames. And I feel like if you want to bring this kind of trend into your practice, but crystals or rhinestones, you're a little sheepish about that and who that client would be, then I'd recommend looking for frames that have iridescent tones to them, glitter inlay into acetate. Those are great ways that you can interpret bling to kind of a broader audience.
Definitely. And even, for example, one of our trend board pictures here is Carolina Herrera frame with pearl kind of interpretation of the bling. We're definitely seeing, I was just looking at pictures from the recent runway shows, and all the fashionetters were wearing bling during the day. You see sequin jackets and sequin shirts and, with a pair of jeans and a pair of sneakers. It's kind of a high-low kind of trend, but it's definitely a big trend right now.
Okay, after everyone wearing sweatpants for so long, everyone wants for a little more bling.
I know I do. Okay, so our last trend is geometry rules. It's a really fun, it's all about the shape, a lot of angles, a lot of geometric shapes. So Ariel has a really cool frame here. I'll let Sheena talk about that one. That's a very cool lens color.
So this Tiffany & Co. frame is absolutely one of my favorites because this is a lens style that we haven't seen for a really long time. I'm sure some of us have seen these in vintage collections, but it's the faceted lens, and they're absolutely stunning. They have full beveled edges to them. Obviously, your primary clientele is going to be a contact lens wearer or a non-RX lens wearer, but there are some very talented labs out there that actually do RX these faceted lens styles, and it just adds a dimension and a depth to a lens that just looks like it's floating.
It is really cool. The faceting is a pretty cool trend. So this is an Armani style from Luxottica, really beautiful acetate. We're seeing a lot of this kind of monochromatic lens into the frame look, right? You're seeing that in your
I love that. It's so seamless, just frame to lens. And you know that you can tint a lens in virtually any color. So I love to kind of try my lens and, mastery and match things together and test my lab.
Awesome. Okay, we got some good stuff for Jimmy here. Okay, we'll start with these. Oh, you got those. Oh, you know what? Did you go over those yet? Oh, we're going to go back to bling because he's got a really, we felt like, okay, how do you do bling for men, right? So what are you going to wear? But this is kind of a very bougie Oakley frame. It's definitely about as bougie as it gets for a performance frame, but it's got that cool gold flash and this really unique lens kind of shape and flow that Oakley has in its new collection.
It has almost like a molten metal look to it, which is very tough.
It feels like it's poured. Yeah, very, very cool. Okay, all right. And Crystal's gonna wear this really cool, very geometric frame. Is it Tory Burch?
This is Tory Burch as well, and this is actually another faceted lens style. In this particular circumstance, the faceted lens is set into a thin metal frame, and then they pull that beautiful green tone of the lenses right through that temple decor as well.
Really fun. We lost Jimmy.
Everyone's admiring Jimmy back.
Jimmy's coming back. And we've got one more frame here for Jimmy in the geometric shape.
Sorry.
No, we're going to send you out again. Here's a Baggio frame he's wearing. Has a little bit of a geometric feel to it. Some angles on there. And yes, really cool acetate as well. It all kind of follows the patterns. Please then. So what do you think this is about the geometric trend? Is that for most patients? Can you fit that with most folks?
I think geometric is actually something that's really, really easy to add into your practice. I have found the trend and my early adopters of round, thinner metal frames from 2 or 3 years ago, they are the ones that are forward thinking enough to adapt into a more geometric shape. So we are upgrading their kind of fine metal frames into more geometric octagons and hexagons. And this is a great way to do it in a thinner metal. It appeals to both young and older patients, and it takes a thinner metal away from something that might be viewed as a little bit dowdy into like a big, bold geometric shape. And I'm a super huge fan of the square. So give me a 70 square.
That's great. I love that one. What flavor is it with that?
This is an Andy Wolf.
The color is really fun. So those are our trends for today. I know we're kind of running a little behind schedule, but if you folks have any questions, feel free to come on up and you can ask. I want to just close it out so that we're kind of mindful of the time. But if you would like to go ahead, does anybody else want to fill out the thing, or I'm going to go ahead and poll? Okay. All right, I'm coming over here. One more, okay. So we've got to start a gorgeous Yolea frame from Dorigo Ram that they have given us for the giveaway. Really fun case that comes with that. So we'll go ahead and pick. Yeah, get in there. Did you girls get in there? And then we also have a fun gap frame from Dorigo Ram that they donated for the giveaway. That's a brand new brand for them. It just came out. We had it on our July-August cover. Really fun frames for Gap and very affordable, obviously. And then we also have a DIFF, D-I-F-F frame from Dorigo Ram, which is kind of a cool concept because it has a big kind of give back charity concept to the frame collection. So all the frames, the proceeds go to the percentage of the proceeds go to a charity. Okay, so we'll start with the Yalea, and then we've also one of our big prizes here is a Baggio gift card. So you can get online and go ahead and pick out whatever frame you would like from their collection. So really nice of them to do that. Okay. Got our vessel here. All right, let's see if I can read this. All right, I might need your help, Chelsea. I don't have my reading glasses on.
Heather. There. Yeah, the part. Oh, thank you.
I always joke too because I'm sorry for those folks, but the doctor handwriting, it's like yours is actually very neat, but the doctor handwriting could be a challenge to read sometimes. You guys are living up to your reputation. All right, so the next one is going to be our gap frame. Okay, pardon me if I say this incorrectly, but Sohini Patel? Yay! Okay, and now for the diff frame from Dorigo. Todd McMillan? All right. It was the doctor writing. There's your case. Thank you very much. Yeah, for sure. Okay, now this Baggio gift card. Let's see who's going to get it. K. K-A-Y-E. Is it Dilla? Dylan? Is K here? Uh-oh. Kay, you have your last chance. I think it's Kay Dylan. Does that look like Dylan? Dilla? Kay Dilla. 903 area code. 703. Okay, we're going in. Another one. Gary. Vines. Gary Vines. Thank you. All right, thank you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to come up, or if you'd like to get a PDF of our trend boards, feel free to just drop your card and we'll get that over to you.